nice to be here in Bellville, Ohio. I like it that way. Anybody remember me when I was here before? How many people heard my talk before? Well, good. Then I guess I won't try to repeat it. I'll say something else. No, I am here to talk about the ALERT program, which is the Lions version of emergency management. Most of you know I'm the Ashland County Emergency Management Director by day. I'm the Lions ALERT Chairman by night and weekends and any other time that I have to go. Since I was here last, I have been appointed as the State Lions ALERT Chair. So I'm now in charge of the state committee along with the district committee. I do a lot of travel. And I can tell you, everywhere I go, like Lion Carolyn and everybody will tell you, Lions everywhere are just wonderful people. They are the nicest people that you ever want to meet. I don't know that I've met a bad lion. I've met some that maybe weren't as good as others, but I've never met a bad lion. And that's what the ALERT program is about. You know, the Lions program, or the Lions Club, if you will, is 100 years old. It's over 100 years old. It's been around for a really long time. That's a long time for people doing good things for their community and raising money for projects, not just for their community, but projects worldwide. Lions is a worldwide organization, not just a Bellville, Ohio organization or an Ashland, Ohio organization. We are worldwide. We are global. And that is awesome. And until you've met people from other countries who are Lions elsewhere, you don't realize what that picture looks like. They have a different view of Lionism than we do when we come and have our quaint little meetings and have dinner and we do good things in our community. They have a more global sense of urgency when it comes to their sense of stewardship and their sense of serving as a Lion. And they take it very seriously. To me, that's the foundation of the ALERT program. The ALERT program hasn't been around that long. It's only been around since 2006. So it's about 12 years old, soon to be 13 years old. So it hasn't been around 100 years old, but all of you know that Lions is constantly evolving in ways to reach out and help. You know, we did eye research. We did hearing research. We have done now diabetes research. And now we're getting into pancreatic cancer research. And we're out there working for that. The ALERT program is another one of those things that we can reach out to our communities and serve. Because that's what we do. We serve. And we serve faithfully every day. Those of us who are Christians, we serve in our faith. Lions, we serve in our community. It's kind of the same thing. It's the same dedication that you have in your faith that you have to your Lions organization. You serve faithfully. So when I was here, I talked a little bit about how you can get involved with the ALERT program. The ALERT program takes on many forms during disasters. In my line of work, I work very closely with many organizations who respond to disasters and respond to emergencies. You here in Bellville have the opportunity, number one, to have a lot of disasters, not disasters necessarily the way that we see Hurricane Michael or things that we see in Florida or on the coast, but you have a lot of high water here at times, and it displaces some of your residents, and it creates some issues for them. What a better way than for those residents, when they are feeling at their utmost lowest point in their life because they've just lost everything they have, or they have to move out of their house, to see these green shirts or this red shirt or a vest to the people that they have supported day in, day out, week after week, year after year. They have bought your baked goods. They have supported every fundraiser you've had. You know, they donate their glasses for our Lions cause. We're always out there asking them to support our causes. What a great way to look up when you just lost your house, to a flood or a tornado or something catastrophic, and see an organization that you know is there for you, because you know that history of that organization, and they are there to do good things for people. That's what we do as Lions. So what a great way for them to look up. Hopefully it brings a smile to their face to have somebody they know within their community to say, we're here for you, you've been there for us all these years, we want to help you. We want to reach out to you and help you. To me, that's the greatest thank you that you can possibly give to somebody, is being there for somebody when they're at their lowest point. We work really hard at the other projects that we do, but we've never been pressured, under pressure, when things are really low. We do things in good times. You know, we go out and raise funds during good times. Sometimes it's hard to raise money for the projects that we want. We work hard for every nickel that we go out and try to raise for our projects. I know you all have a food trailer. You work hard in that food trailer. You don't just show up. That's a lot of work to spend a whole day shift in that trailer, selling whatever it is you're selling at the time. And festival after festival or wherever you're selling it, you know, it's a commitment. Well, I can tell you, as an Alliance alert person, you're not going in under good times. You're already going in bad times. So you have the opportunity to be the one who's going to shine here, because you're the one that's bringing relief and bringing good things to your community. Rush out of the house and be the first one there and say, I'm here to do whatever. You're going to work under some kind of structure, and somebody's going to tell you how you can get involved or what you can do. If you form your team, you can form your team specific to food service. You can form it to, you know, volunteering in a reception center. You can, you know, form your team around many things. And I passed out a list. You have this list on your table that shows exactly what's available for you to help with. Canteen services for volunteers. To me, if you have a food trailer, that's a great place to serve during an emergency or a disaster, because you hook onto your trailer, you drag it down to wherever it's going to go, and you don't need to sell the stuff that you sell every time that you bring the food trailer. You might just offer coffee and donuts, or you might just offer coffee for whatever it is. But you need to offer things to the volunteers, and they're going to appreciate that. Rebuilding after a disaster. I don't know what your club's talents are. A lot of Lions clubs have talented carpenters and things in their clubs. They have many talents within their clubs. You know, they may not be professionals, but they know how to hammer. They know how to carry stuff. You know, what a great way to go in and help somebody rebuild their house, or even clean out their house. That's an even bigger chore, is cleaning out after a flood or a disaster, is getting that stuff out of the house so you can start over. Damage assessment. Those of us in emergency management do damage assessment. As soon as the disaster happens, we are on the streets, walking up and down, looking at every house, trying to decide what level of damage there is to that house. And there's criteria that we use, and we have to turn that into the state, and that bases what we get in the way of state aid. We have to meet a certain criteria in order to even qualify for state aid. So that's why we do damage assessments, so we can go out there and assess what our value is for our disaster. So you can assist doing that, and there's some training involved in getting to do that. But your EMA director or myself would certainly be glad to help train you in damage assessment. Debris cleanup. Tornado goes through, a flood goes through, a lot of trees down, a lot of stuff to cut up, a lot of stuff to tote somewhere. You know, hopefully the county has a debris management plan, so you would help drag limbs and get things out of the way and help, you know, clean up yards and pile it as it occurs. Staffing a volunteer reception center. When a disaster happens, we don't allow free will volunteerism. Everybody wants to help, but not everybody wants to help. Not everybody that shows up at a disaster is there for your well-being. They are there to help themselves a lot of times. So volunteer reception center is the way that we vet those volunteers when they show up. They come, they sign up, we look at who they are, we run them through the system to make sure that, you know, they're not there to steal stuff. We want to know where you came from, we want to know who you are, we want to know where you live. So we have to find you again, we can do that. We do not want these creatures, as I call them, coming into our communities and certainly preying on the people who are already at their lowest level. And that's what a volunteer reception center does. It allows us to manage the people that we have out there. We know who they are. So that would be a good project for a club to manage that. Also, setting up a donations management center. If any of you have ever been involved with a disaster, people like to give stuff. And again, all well intended, I'm sure, but people like to give stuff that they don't want anymore sometimes. So it becomes a clean out your garage or clean out your basement. Let's take it and donate it to somebody else because it's not here anymore. Which becomes problematic for those in the disaster, because all you do is throw it in a dumpster. And now you're managing somebody else's stuff that they want to get rid of instead of letting them do it. So if you have a donations management program and a place that they can bring stuff and you can look at it when it comes and say, no, we're not taking that today. We don't need those items. Take it home, or just take it to the dumpster or take it to the dump. That goes a long way in managing the disaster. So those are the kind of things that I think Lions could be very good at managing with, because you already have management skills as a club. You know, you work well together. You know the community. There's just awesome opportunities there for Lions clubs to get involved. So those are some of the things that I'm promoting for a Lions Alert team. And all you have to do is decide how you fit into that and decide what it is you want to do. I know Andy mentioned the food trailer earlier. We talked about that the last time I was here. You have a food trailer, so obviously you can do a canteen very easily. You own the biggest piece of equipment it takes to have a canteen. Right? This is a supply thing. So beyond that, though, there are these other opportunities that you may feel just as comfortable or maybe more comfortable looking at doing or doing along with that as you go through that. The alert team is big into personal preparedness and personal safety. I handed out a personal checklist. If you're going to be an alert team, we ask that everybody go through this checklist, because you don't want to be out helping people if you're not prepared yourself. You want to make sure that you and your family and household are prepared to be able to live through whatever disaster it is. Because I can tell you as an EMA director, and my wife will tell you, she reminds me all the time, when the phone rings, whatever day or night, whatever time it is, and it's storming outside, we have a tornado, it's pouring down rain, the power's out. Guess where I am? Headed out the driveway, on my way to work. And there she is, at home, by herself. Do I feel guilty? Yes, a little bit I do feel guilty, but it is my job, and I have to go do that. And she understands that, but she gives me a really hard time about it. But as volunteers, as an alert team, you too are going to go and do things, and maybe your family's going to be at home. You know, not all of your family may go to help do whatever it is you're signed up to do. So you need to make sure they're safe and that they have water and they have the things that they need to survive in the house while you're gone. And you're going to need those things when you get home too, because chances are, unless you're gone for a really long period of time, Ohio Edison or whoever the power company is down here gets the power back on right now, it could be a long time if you have power. Or, God forbid, in the village if you don't have water. So, those are things we need to look at. I also passed out an emergency preparedness shelter-in-place form. There's a lot of good information on the shelter-in-place form. It talks about making a plan. Hopefully all of you have plans. If something happens in your house, what are you going to do? It says build a kit. What's your kit consist of? There's a lot of stuff on that other list that should be in your kit. Water for 3 days, toilet paper, cell phone chargers. You say, if I don't have power, how can I charge my cell phone? It's easy. You plug it into your car. You put it in your cigarette lighter or your power cord in the car, and you can charge your cell phone even without power. So keep that in mind, because most of us have cell phones today, and landlines don't always work if there's no power. Sometimes they do. Depends on what your phone company is at home. I'm on cable phone at home now, and when the power's out, my modem doesn't work, so I have no telephone service at my house. So, well, and that's a problem too. During disasters, depending on what the situation is, sometimes the cell phone towers will go down for many reasons. Sometimes there's wind issues, sometimes the generator fails on the tower. There's all kinds of reasons. But this list talks about 72 hours. It talks about immediate stuff. 72 hours, 3 days. The last major wind event we had in Ashland that impacted the county lasted 2 weeks. Some neighborhoods were without electricity for 2 weeks in the city of Ashland. Half the street had power, the other half didn't have power because of the way the grid is divided. So it was weird and freaky. So those people, they were pretty ingenious. They ran extension cords for their neighbor across the road over to their house to plug in their freezers and things. I don't know how that works with snowplows and things driving over top of them, but that was the situation back when that happened. So people do what they have to do. So you need to do what you need to do to keep your family safe at home and make sure that they can stay in the house. If they can't stay in the house, you need to have a plan as to where they're going. Hopefully the shelter-in-place plan will help you stay at home. If you can't stay at home, you need to have a plan of where you're going. And if you go somewhere, you need to make sure that you tell somebody where it was you went. Because I got news for you, somebody's going to wonder where you're at. And if they don't know, they're going to panic. And they're going to call 911. They're going to call other folks and say, I've lost Grandma, I've lost my mom, I've lost whoever, and I can't find them. Are they dead? I don't know. The storm went through, the tree fell on their house, we can't get there. All kinds of things happen during these storms, and 911 gets inundated with a lot of calls because of that. So make sure that you have personal plans, so while you're out helping other people, things are okay at your house. Okay with your family. So those are just a few of the things that you can get involved with. I was told I had 20 minutes and I was going to get the hook. I was told you all go home at 8 o'clock. It's 20 after 7. I didn't start till 7:05, I don't believe you. So I think I still have 5 minutes.
We have a question.
Oh, it was not 5 till 7.
3 minutes.
You got time for questions, though, right?
Yes, I have time for questions if Andy allows me.
3 minutes.
Here's the deal. How do we sign up?
You come see me, I'll sit down and go through the paperwork with you. I will tell you, if you become an organized club, it's a new patch for on your banner. You get recognized as an official alert. You'll probably get recognized at convention by somebody because if you form a team, I'm going to tell you that you are going to be the first team in OH2 to form a team.
Yes.
Now I say that, but I'm going to Tiffin Monday night to talk to them.
Well, we better do it fast.
Just so you know, it is on my presidential goals to become part of the event.
It's on your
Okay, so if we decide we have a
We
team,
don't understand. We got enough badges for 2 more days.
we had a flood back in 2011. Lionville, Lion Clyde, and I called the Ohio Lions Foundation. I got money overnight. We sat down at our neighborhood, the Bellville Outreach Center, and we gave out vouchers, and then the Red Cross brought down cleaning supplies, that kind of thing. Does that count? If, let's say, God...
Overnight.
Yes.
And it comes in the way of checks, I believe. Gift cards, I don't know how yours came.
We have to. We give vouchers to our local...
Because I've heard it come many ways. It comes in checks, you go to your local thing and they give you vouchers, or they give you gift cards to hand out to people.
They really want to, they give out gift cards to Kroger's is what they normally do. But they agreed to let our local grocery store here, we gave out vouchers to him and he turned them in and got paid that way.
Because I know in Crestline it worked, or Cyrus, they did the same thing and it came I was told it came in checks, and they went to the vendor, and the vendor created.
Well, ours was a little different.
So,
it could have came in a check.
however it comes, it's there in 24 hours. That's another bonus that we as Lions have to reach out to our community. I don't know many organizations that can get 10 grand overnight and have it in the hands of the people who really need it. Now, the problem you have with that is they may not have anywhere they can use it, they may not have anywhere to take it once they go buy it, unless they have somewhere to go home to at that point in time.
We had about 100 items, and the mayor at that time, with help from the administration of the village, we had flyers posted on all of the homes that was affected, and we did pretty good, didn't we? We could get up to 5,000, but I told them we only needed 2,500 right then, and if we needed more, we could have gotten it. So if we do a team, that would count if we would do that again. Or if we used our trailer just for like maybe hot dogs and water and coffee or for the first responders or for anyone.
You can do it for first responders and the volunteers. If you wanted to do it for the community as a place for them to come and get a cup of coffee or something because they have no power or whatever, you can do it either way, or both. It doesn't matter. If you're on scene, I don't think you're going to turn anybody away.
No.
I really don't think that's going to happen. So, any other questions? I'm running out of time, and somebody over here said I had 3 minutes, and that was 4.5 minutes ago.
Will we have to be for the next meeting up north?
I'm going to Tippin Monday night.
4 flat tires, you ain't gonna get there. We'll be the first one.
Yes. The mayor's asking a question. I have to answer.
So, when it comes to alert, how do they collaborate their efforts with CERT? Because I'm a member of CERT, and I went through all that training and.
Well, here's how. Because I'm going to sit down with Mike Bailey and say, Mike, this is what the Lions have to offer you, and this is what. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Red Cross because those are really our two main response groups.
We have a Red Cross trailer that sits at the police department, and that's ready to be deployed at any time.
Sure. But the intent of alert is to work alongside those organizations, not be necessarily standalone all the time. Certain teams have specific duties that they do. They do the damage assessment. They do a lot of things, search and rescue sometimes, which I've not asked any of you to get involved with. You notice I have not mentioned any of that stuff. So let them do that. Work alongside them, support them. If you're going to do a food trailer, make sure they have coffee and things to eat when they're out doing their stuff. You know, if you're going to have another team that goes in to help do debris cleanup and things, support them that way. Go in and assist them doing that. So, but I need to have a conversation. My reasoning is I have to sit down with the county EMA director and explain that the alert program works and that it exists because no EMA directors know anything about it. I will tell you, I did get an email from BOAD, which is the volunteer organization active during disasters. This BOAD statewide organization. They have contacted me and want us to join the alert team to join BOAD as a statewide team. So,
and then we could coordinate with the Salvation Army that we have here in town, and with the Red Cross and CERT. So we could do this.
You could.
This is
great. What I think you need to do is maybe discuss it amongst yourselves, decide what you want to do. I'll be glad to come back with the paperwork and we'll sit down and we'll fill it out and get it all done and finalized at another meeting. You know, I know you don't want to see my ugly mug, and I promise I won't talk.
Is there fees involved?
What's that?
Is there a fee involved?
No, not to be an alert team, although it does talk in the guidance about the alert team needing to have some kind of financing to finance their own operations.
Okay.
So there isn't any money available from.
So we could put it in our budget.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to know.
So anyway, thank you. If there's no more questions, I won't talk anymore. And I did make the 8 o'clock deadline.